Okay, the amount of people who have asked me about the tax assessment for 2025 in New Hampshire, it's not. I got stopped the other day by a neighbor who I've never met before. He lives right next door, and he literally pulled over and was like, ma'am, and asked me about it because he's new to Windham and didn't understand if his property tax was going to go up $17,000. So every 5 years, the state of New Hampshire does a reassessment of property values. So I'm just going to use my town for an example. Last year, 2024, our property assessment was at 64% of what your home was worth. So if you have $1 million house, theoretically, your tax bill was based on $650,000 of value. Okay. This year, with the new reassessment, the state of New Hampshire is requiring that people are assessed at least 90% of what their home is worth. So again, if you have $1 million house, now your assessment that last year was at 650 is now at 900,000 at least. Okay. So when you see that originally, if your tax bill is $20 per thousand, say, then the $20 per thousand on a 650 house was $13,000 a year. $20 on a $900,000 house is $19,000 a year. So people are freaking out because they think their tax bill is going to go up $6,000 or $10,000 or $20,000, whatever the number is. But you have to look at the overall town budget. So again, in my town, the town budget is $71 million, period. The town cannot collect more than that. They cannot collect less than that. They have to collect $71 million in order for the town to operate. So what that means is your assessment will go up, but the amount that you're going to owe per thousand will go down. So our budget this year is 4% more than it was last year. So everyone's taxes are likely going to go up about 4% in my town. But your taxes aren't going to go up 40% or whatever it is that you think it's going to go up because of your new assessed value. So you have to look at, if you want to really dig into it, if you look at your whole street or the whole town and you see how much people's home values increase by, it's probably going to be something along the lines of 25 to 35% difference in the value that the town assessed it at last year versus this year. But the only way that your tax bill, and I'm not a professional at this, I'm not a tax accountant, but nor am I an assessor, but I've gone through this before. The only way that your specific property value will go up by more than the 4%, which is the increase in the budget for the town, is if your specific home grew in value more than 35%, meaning it went from 65% all the way to 100. If it grew that more than that, so if last year you were assessed at 650 and this year you're at 1.2, then your tax bill is probably going to go up more than 4% because your value went up more than everyone else in the town. So if that happened, what you need to do is you're going to bring it to the town. You're going to say, why did mine get assessed way more? If you are someone who did a ton of work over the last year and you pulled all the permits and the town came out and assessed it higher, that's probably why. But if you see, hey, every single house on my street is worth $1 million and it's assessed at 1 million, but mine for some reason is assessed at 1.3, then yes, you need to go to the town and ask them specifically, why was my home assessed here and what can I do to lower the bill? Because that's not correct. So everyone, again, is freaking out that their tax bill is going to go through the roof, but your tax bill is likely not going to go through the roof. It's going to go up about 4% over last year because, again, as your property value goes up, the amount per thousand that you owe goes down because the town can only collect what the taxpayers voted for.